Podcast. Hello and welcome to Emma's Podcast. Yes, Emma's Podcast is back live. I know we have been extremely quiet, to be honest with you. A lot of things has been happening last year, which, well, priority. So sometimes we have to put our projects, our life that we want to move forward with on hold temporarily, not only to take care of our own self, but to ride the whale of madness. When you're done to ride the wave of madness, then you can get your head out of the water and just asking yourself, okay, what was that? So we're in 2024. Yima's Universe is back online for season 7. Yes, 7 season of shows, interviews that I've done throughout the years. I like to go back in there and listen to them once in a while. The one that I listen, and that's from my beautiful friend Geno Ziners from Studio Stargazer, was actually Journey to Saturn in the Blue Dot, the excerpts we did for the Blue Dot from Carl Sagan. So it was a very interesting talk, but we are back and we're going to go with the flow. A lot have been happening since last year, from losing my friend Jay to exiting a very toxic relationship to have the condo burned down like a firecracker. No, I did not set my condo on fire. Somebody did it indirectly through a fireplace. So clean up your fireplace. That would be awesome. So that was the first domino that triggered that huge fire. That 2 buildings went down, unfortunately. But this is how life goes. You have to go with the punches. You have to go with your life, understanding that it's not personal and sometimes shift has to happen in order to move forward. I talk a lot for the past several years about riding the wave, interviewing people on what make them tick and talk. And you realize when you live a life of 1,000, transformation are always there, no matter what. I'm looking right now at my beautiful Lakshmi. I should take a picture of this beautiful sculpture. This is the one that when I walk 2 days after the fire back in my condo and went upstairs, she was standing strong and proud on that coffee table where everything else was just gone. So I cleaned her up. She looks absolutely gorgeous and unshaken. And this is who we are. Learning to ride the wave of the madness we're in, but also learning to don't take things personal as much as we can, even though we can feel once in a while we're under attack from people. But we have to understand this is not a circus, this is not our monkeys, and this is not how we're going to do things. So having lived the life of 1,000, experiencing the ups and downs of life, you gain the wisdom, the appreciation where you are. And that's what's amazing in everything I have done so far, is to be able to look back at it and just say, whoa, did I do this? Did I went through this? OMG, how interesting and intense it was. Being appreciative of what we've got, seeing things disappearing in front of us and other things appearing back, coming back to us, or brand new. Things that might have been gone, but they're still there around us. So we are going to ride this year in a very interesting wave. The Meta Meditation Center in Janesville, Minnesota, which is a beautiful place, and I have the pleasure to be there, is one of the best places that I know that is extremely positive, being in that bubble and bring you the peace you need. Because we, at one point of our time, gonna need the peace, the quietness, the beauty of nature, having and feeling the opportunity that not everything has to be negative. There is always a silver lining on everything we do and we faced. But the problem is where are we standing in our life? What is our life purpose? What is our state of mind? Are we allowing ourselves to not only be the co-creator of our life, or are we the one who are a control freak and has to try to control every single detail? When we start to do this, this is how we blow ourselves off the water. There is no good that will come out of it. I have seen it when I was in corporate world, that some individual wanted to climb so desperately. They wanted their title. They wanted to be a director. They wanted to be a VP. They wanted to be somebody. And at the end of the day, when they got there, they were incapable to do the job. And the reason was because Dave wasn't the right place for them. But they forced themselves over and they banged their head over and over against the wall to get to that door that was closed. So they decided to go take a bulldozer and plow it through the wall. It did not help them because after a while, they got stuck in that position. They never moved up, never did lateral move or upper move at all. We have to look at our intentions. We have to look at our wants and our needs. The universe doesn't give us what we want, but what we need. Our needs are different of what we want. Sometimes we want a complete delusional idea because we decided that we wanted to copy such and such, or we wanted to be better than such and such. But the question is, at the end of the day, what are your intentions? What do you really want to do? When you set your intention and be true to yourself, be honest, what is the meaning behind it? Is it to impress somebody? Is it to do what? Co-creating is magical, but it's a double sword as well. It never is that easy. It's never that easy. It is never easy, actually. You really will have to think. I had some very interesting answers from the universe, actually. And I talked about it with people, so I can say it publicly. Not a big deal on that. Before my condo burned down in October, I think that was the most interesting thing ever, actually. The power of prayers and the answers you get, then you want it or not. This one is I'm laughing, actually, because that's I had to laugh a few days afterwards. I'm like, holy crap, never ask something. I had a plan. I was like, yeah, maybe I should, sell the condo, do this next year, do this, do that. So I had a plan. And I was talking with the universe, and I said, okay, don't let me lose the condo. That would be awesome, because this is what I would like to do. Sell the condo, move somewhere else, blah, 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 blah. Well, less than 6 hours later, I got the answer from the universe, which was, well, honey bunny, this is not how it's going to play. We're going to change the rules because we got something even better for you. But in the meantime, you're going to have to deal with that situation. So I was looking at my condo burning down. Past midnight, it was 12:30 when I called the cops, and everybody to just like, we're burning, the chimney is on fire, the roof is on fire, everything is on fire over there. We don't know. I don't know. Didn't know when I got out of the condo how long I had, actually. Didn't know if the roof was going to collapse. So you don't ask questions, just go through the motions and hope for the best. So me, the pops in the car, the kids did so well, actually. I'm so proud of my dogs. So while I was looking at horrified, my condo burning, and you see, the firefighters, they did their best, actually, and I'm very, very glad for that. However, when you're in that motion, you feel everything is extremely slow. And you're like, you want to run and start to basically shout at people to go a little faster because we want them to go faster. We want this, and that. So people got out of the condo, of the building, and they start to use the water. But you don't know what the state is inside, because the only thing you see is fire. The only thing you see is a roof collapsing. The only thing you see is when they're down to do the first run and put the chemicals in, you see nothing. You're like, okay, this is done. Then all of a sudden you see through cracks, through air vents, you see more fire, and you're like, are you freaking kidding me? And I'm going to be polite on this one because I drove the F-bomb. But I was pacing and I was praying, and I said, you know what, God, universe, you better to shield this condo. You better to blah, blah, blah. But I had no idea. I was able to sneak twice actually during the fire inside because I had something that I needed to retrieve that I didn't realize that wasn't there, but that was by miracle in a car, which was good. So praying for that, praying for I don't want anything to burn. Well, actually, amazingly enough, looking through the rubbles, and you can look on my TikTok because I took videos of it, and I was talking actually on my words of the day about it. I don't want people to cry for what happened to me because there's nothing to cry about. Seriously, I don't need pity. Positive prayer and thinking is what's the best. So, I am there pacing back and forth, and I say, universe, you're shielding this home. You're shielding the building, blah, blah, blah. So when I sneaked in, the first thing they said, firefighters, everything is ruined. It's done. It's total. I'm like, okay, well, that doesn't sound good. And I did not believe them because I went back in twice. Yes, there was, all of my shoes. It felt like a war zone. All of my shoes, everything that I had on the first floor ended up basically outside, which is like, okay, great. And looking at it, I went back in not the day after, but 2 days afterwards. Finally started to be able to go back inside. And I looked around and I'm like, holy crap. Only one thing I think burned. One or two things. Out of everything I had, the rest was basically damaged by the amount of water they had in. And I'm thinking and I'm starting to laugh. I'm like, good Lord, really? I should have thought about the water. I did not. I was more focused on the fire. And I'm asking, shield the house, nothing be destroyed. No, it wasn't destroyed by the fire. It was the water who did the damage. However, I was able to save a ton of things, which was good, but you had to go through the rubbles. So this is the tedious things that I did for 2 months. Being able to go through the rubbles, remove everything that I could remove. It doesn't tell you in the story either that people, when you got a burning house that goes, then you get people who are going to do a lootering too. Because they're not going to wait for you. They're going to go into your properties and continue. So it's like adding insult to injury on the top of it. And they did steal a couple of things. But nothing that would, be irreplaceable because they had no idea what was standing around. They took stuff. They helped themselves, which is kind of sad. You're in the middle of your own hoo-ha show. You have this happening. But I'm still smiling about the case. I'm like, okay, next time, universe, I will say protect from the water and the fire. It was amazing to go through this ride because as I was looking, I had no idea, to be honest with you, no idea where I would be. No idea what I would do. I had no place to go. I did not even know what to do next because you've been the one to wake up past midnight, realizing there is a fire. Call, getting people out of the building. And you're like, okay, what's next? Where I'm going to go? So from about 12:30 till 7 o'clock, I was over there looking at the unfolding disaster. However, the universe always has a plan. And it has showed me what can happen when you become the observer of your life and you let people in your life, even perfect strangers. One of them, God bless her heart, her name is Jerry. She popped in the middle. I think it was 1 o'clock in the morning. I had no idea who she was, and she was one of my neighbors that live there, but it's not like we see each other. Everybody is busy doing their own thing. And she's been living there for a few years, I think. And she appeared, and she introduced herself and said, what can I do to help you? I said, I have no idea. I said, I have no home, nowhere to go. I have no clue what I'm going to be doing next. I said, I need to sleep somewhere. I want to go home and sleep. That was the only feeling I had is, I want to go back in my bed, sleep on my pillow, with my pop-ups on a bed. That's it. I just want to go there. A week from actually Halloween, it was on Monday the 23rd that burned down. And you're like, holy crap. She is the one actually. Again, people come into your life and miracles happen. She was the one because the Red Cross came in. And I'm going to say, I have nothing good to say about the Red Cross. I had enough a few years ago, but this time that's the top on the share of the cake. They give you $300 and have a nice day. They don't take care of you, but they will say at the news, we take care of all of the families. I would say personally, per experience, absolutely not. Not only the person that was supposed to contact me in less than 24 hours never did. It took them 3 days. And, your head is not there. But somehow they're going to tell you what you should be doing, blah, blah, blah. They don't give a crapola. Okay? So there is no good support with the Red Cross. And I'm very sad about it because I grew up with the Red Cross. So for me, it's very sad to say this, but they were no good support. However, they're supposed to help you to find hotel. My dogs are ESA, which is emotional support animals. And the only person that helped me was Jerry. I had a place, a hotel to stay. I had money, started to do the GoFund as well to help us here, turn things around. And she was with me all the way to stay, all the way. Plus, I had somebody from the police department as well who helped me and move hell and earth for me as well. So you will have in time of not only dire situation like I was in, but any situation, you have people who will give you a leg up. Stop controlling everything. As I said, I was hopeless. Seeing the roof collapsing, saying, okay, this is in a bedroom over there. I could not see the other side of the building, and I was horrified when I see the other side because basically I have a wide open sky. I don't have a roof. I have a wide open sky. You will never comprehend unless you realize someone's going to help me. I'm going to get a leg up. And people are coming towards you with good intention. Some will have bad intention along the way. This will be another podcast for another day. However, like people like Jerry, rarely stood up. People who knew me forever did not move an inch, and that's okay. That's life. However, I focused on the people who did not step up because I don't care. It's the people who are stepping up and helping, who really will push you, will challenge you, but will give you the support you need. Because of Jerry, I had a roof at 7 o'clock in the morning. I did not sleep, I can tell you that next day. On the top of it rained. And the noise of the rain made the same noise when I woke up because there was a very faint noise, not something most people will hear, of scissoring. It was scissoring. It's like a little steak that scissors, but not that big as a noise. Very, very, very soft. I would not wake up, will not be here today. But that noise, actually, I did not sleep the next day because it sounds like you could hear the raindrop making the same noise. And I'm like, oh boy, now we got this happening. And I'm like, my eyes were wide open. And I'm like, okay, nothing happening here. But it's very wary when you hear this and you're like, oh boy, we got a situation here happening big time. But this entire experience has been very interesting. Actually, cleaned up the condo. I was already cleaned it up, so that was good because I already was doing it. But it's been very interesting to realize that you just erased 20 years of your life in a snap of a finger. It's gone. Nothing left. What do you do? Who are you? Those are the hardest questions you can ask yourself when you realize when you around the bonfire and burning your papers and everything else that's left, then you cannot carrying those with you. So you're going to make a conscious decision to remove some of the items you loved and start to really look at what you've got. Appreciate what you have. But being the observer and seeing the miracles happening one after one after one after one. And that is amazing. And I have seen it. I have done it in the past. I have seen miracles. But at this level, I knew we were protected. I knew that if there were any issues, it would be resolved somehow, somewhere over the rainbow. Did not stress too much about it because you got so many things you have to do. At the end of the day, You're like, I can't even think straight. I could not. But that is the beauty of it. Seeing people appearing in your life and helping you. Seeing people arising just to be there and encourage you and continue and help you the best that I can. That is where you realize, whoa, we are definitely on a big chessboard that is our lives. And the universe will move us, those little pieces on that chessboard. This is a complete, amazing, unbelievable acting balance. It's an balancing act. You're acting on one foot. You don't see anything in front of you, underneath of you. You can only see below. And you don't know when you're on the ledge and you're going to take that leap of faith, what's going to be underneath. So you blindly put one foot forward. And as you put your foot, then you feel that bridge. You start to feel that bridge underneath your feet. And you're going to go the next step, and the next step, and the next step. It's unbelievable. I have done things in life that were impossible to happen, literally. This is one of those moments that you completely relinquished control and ask the universe, okay, what's next? Because I have nowhere to go, don't know how. This is where miracles happen. So, this was our podcast for today. I know it's interesting. It's a deep one, but hey, we're starting 2024, season 7. Yay! For the podcast, which is awesome. Very, very happy. We are passing the 800 episodes. So, yay! Part of the veteran world. Finally, I'm back up and running. And I will do the same with my blogs. I'm going to be writing my blogs, and I do the Grand Duchess, my beautiful Grand Duchess. I was going to be looking towards and looking over my blogs, and I'm restarting as well. As I said, it has been a very interesting year. And the stories I'm going to tell have nothing to do with, I would say, pity. I don't need a pity party. I'm not a victim. I am me. I am my spirit. So what I do will share the story because I know, and that was the goal actually when I did my podcast. I would not monetize one because I didn't want it to put a price on something that people need to hear, inspire them. And stories we can hear are kind of parallel than the one we leave. And I give the inspiration for people to move forward. As I said, it has been a hell of a ride, 2023. But it gave me a lot of breakthrough. It helped me to move forward in my life. It gave me the inspiration, the rage inside of me to move forward. The challenges of the dark, the journey of the, what do we call? Dark Night of the Soul. Yes, I was correct. I was saying the word dark. Dark Night of the Soul, which is basically being in the abyss. It's not hitting rock bottom. Rock bottom, you can hit it, you go back up. The abyss of darkness, the dark night of the soul, only few can survive. The others don't. Meaning, when hope is lost, you got nothing left. That is the challenge, to be able to rekindle, bring the fire back inside of you and get going. So, life has been interesting so far. Finding peace, finding le havre de paix, and just having faith. Faith that somehow over the rainbow things aren't going to work. They are going to work. You don't know how, but things are coming along the way that the universe orchestrated, no matter what. So we can be mad at the universe, been there, done that. We can scream at the universe, been there, done that. We can swear at the universe, been there, done that. I know, I might offend people, but you know what? It's me. The universe knows me. I'm good with that. At the end of the day, it is what it is. I love it. It is what it is. But keeping faith. So we're going to get our 3 episodes for the week. Today is episode number 1 for our season 7th, and we're going to have a lot of fun. I'm going to be interviewing people. I know Abati Sati, who is the director and run actually the Metta Meditation Center here in Janesville. We're going to be more than happy to talk to him sometime soon, actually. We're doing a lot of video. Check out their Facebook on Janesville because I do the videos actually, visiting the center and talk about it too because it's so interesting. I will be talking about vegan food, and yes, for people who don't eat vegan food, actually, I want to do a little twist into it because anyone can incorporate it. Some very easy recipes, and if you like your meat, your fish, you can eat with your meat, your fish, or your tofu, or not at all. But those are easy recipes, and I'm gonna be talking as well on social media, recording it. No, you're not gonna see my face. For some people who, what is it? No, you're not gonna see my face because my face is not the food. The star of the show is not me, it's the food. So those are the kind of things I'm going to be doing this year. As I said, we're changing, we're shifting. Don't know where I'm going, but the universe guide me where I'm supposed to go. Having faith, and you know what? One day at a time. Live in the present moment. Make peace with your surrounding. Accept who you truly are. Embrace the beauty of yourself. So, all my love, guys, and I will talk to you later. Bye now.